News.
Tonight, retailers go all out to draw in huge crowds for their traditional Boxing Day sales. Boxing Day traffic bumper to bumper on the region's roads. And a new campaign to alert us to the dangers of the surf. Good evening, I'm Karen Johnston. Also tonight it's National Leftovers Day, when we're reminded not to waste food. Tens of thousands of people have descended on the region's shopping centres as Boxing Day sales kicked off for another year. Pressure is building to repeal state regulations that once again meant Wollongong retailers missed out on the big day.
Windows bristled with sales as shoppers came armed and ready.
I leave the kids at my parents' house and I bring a friend and my credit card.
Water, money, go to Macca's beforehand.
Electronics were high on the list, so too pyjamas and handbags, as thousands upon thousands of people crammed shopping centres across the region, chasing the Boxing Day sales.
It started a lot earlier than usual this year. We've been here since about 8:30 and we've had people waiting at the door, which is fantastic.
We have it all organised. We're all over the floor just making sure every customer is getting what they want for the day.
It was shoulder to shoulder at Stockland Shell Harbour, where shoppers manned trolleys bursting with bought bargains.
School shoes for the kids.
Some more makeup and perfume.
Microwave and blow dryer.
Not jewellery, I've got enough of that.
Come midday, coffee lines were just as long as those in store. Some needed a sit and recoup before charging on.
A bit of rest from the missus shop and spending all the cash, mate.
On Boxing Day alone this year, Australians are expected to spend around $2.1 billion. But once again, Wollongong Central will miss out on its slice of the pie. Classified as a metropolitan area, it must remain closed.
Probably only a matter of time, but for now, according to industrial relations, where it's a restricted day and we're unable to trade.
Wollongong Central's big day is tomorrow, when it's expected 50,000 people will walk through the doors. Myer and David Jones open at 7 a.m, other shops at 8. A day behind, there'll be some serious catching up.
Not being able to trade on Boxing Day, we need to be quite aggressive in how we market our sale period, so it should be very strong.
Rob Morrison, Win News.
Traffic was bumper to bumper today as people headed off for their summer getaways. For motorists heading south on the Princes Highway near Albion Park, traffic was queued back at least 8 kilometres. Further south, traffic was banked back 7 kilometres on the highway near Berry. While for those heading north on the M1, traffic was even worse, queued back up to 10 kilometres in some areas north of Sydney. Police are urging drivers to be patient on the roads at this busy time. Police have extra RBTs and patrol cars on duty, with double demerit points continuing until midnight January 4. The holiday period can be a stressful time of year for many, but there are things you can do to help cope during the festive season.
We're constantly told that Christmas time is a time of joy and celebration, but that's not always reality. With the shopping out of the way, it can be one of the most stressful times of the year.
Well, it is a high pressure because it's made a big deal. You know, this is a time of year where we should be happy, we should be enjoying things, and we should be doing a lot of high pressure things, and just realising, look, we don't have to do all the things that we think we need to do.
With so much to do, it's important not to let things get on top of you. So much happens at this time of year, pacing yourself is a good idea. Do things slowly without feeling like you have to rush around to see everybody.
Realising you've got a bit of time, you don't have to try and fit everybody in the little block of time that we've got, and making sure that you're taking time out, so you're actually taking time to relax and just sit and just be with whatever's going on at the time.
The key things to do are to take time out if you need to, exercise, eat sensibly, remain in the moment and relax. And Vivian Lewis says it's vital to accept that if you are at a get-together, there may be people there who you don't get along with.
Trying not to put too much pressure on yourself to get along with everybody, and realising, there are some people you're not going to enjoy their company, and it might be a bit of a hard task, and just realising that it'll be over soon, and you'll have plenty of time to sort of relax when the holiday period's over.
And another key point, keep your cool.
Make sure you go into a situation as calm as you possibly can. If you need to take time out, just go outside or just go and sit somewhere quietly for a little while.
Matthew Sadler, Win News.
The Illawarra was filled with Christmas cheer yesterday as families celebrated the festive season with their own traditions. Families flooded parks and beaches of the Illawarra for a hot Aussie Christmas, while a famous Australian singer showed up at a lunch for the homeless.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! It's a time to spend with family, eat too much food and play around with your new toys from Santa. And it wouldn't be an Aussie Christmas without a good old barbecue.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Beaches and parks across the Illawarra were full of families enjoying the early sunshine of the day. Even the lifeguards, working hard to keep us safe, couldn't resist getting into the Christmas spirit. The morning service at St Michael's Anglican Cathedral was packed to the rafters as people celebrated the birth of baby Jesus. For those less fortunate in our community, the Wesley Community Care Centre put on a Christmas buffet lunch. Over 250 people in need and 40 volunteers turned up to celebrate the day together.
It gives people that haven't got a home or homeless or whatever you call it, like, somewhere to go on Christmas Day. ARIA
award-winning singer Christine Arnoux provided entertainment for the centre, singing Christmas carols side by side with her family.
This is something that's going to be a new tradition in our families, coming down on Christmas Day to the Wesley Church Mission, and my kids are all grown up and this is where I want them to be, in a room full of people, because this is what Christmas is about.
After months of waiting and preparing for the big day, Christmas is over for another year. Miley Hogan, Win News.
Today is National Leftovers Day, encouraging Australians to reduce their food wastage this holiday period. It's estimated 4 million tonnes of edible food is sent to landfill every year, leftovers accounting for 27% of food thrown out.
It's said many foods taste better the next day, and on Boxing Day that means polishing off the Christmas cuts.
We're having leftovers for lunch and tea.
You can catch up on all that lovely ham that you've got left over. It provides you with cold meat for sandwiches, and you don't have to worry about doing too much cooking.
But how many of our festive feasts go to waste? It's a question organisation Do Something is drawing attention to through National Leftovers Day.
In December, in the lead up to Christmas, Australians will have spent about $10 billion on food alone. And if you look at our normal food consumption habits, that means hundreds of millions of dollars of that will end up getting thrown away.
There are a number of food-saving tips people can use, though, to reduce the problem.
One of the key things, of course, is to get the turkey, the ham, the chicken and vegetables and use those in quiches and soups and other meals that you can freeze.
While the main aim of the day is to reduce wastage, food safety is also a key message.
Any perishable leftovers should be stored in your fridge and used up within 2 to 3 days. And when reheating your food, make sure it's hot all the way through. And the final thing, of course, is to ensure that your fridge is operating at the right temperature.
Samara Gardner, Win News.
Coming up next on Win News, safety concerns from truckers who say they're facing impossible demands. And how safe are you at the beach? Lifesavers issue a timely warning about the dangers lurking in the waves. Welcome back. An unlicensed man has been arrested after a police pursuit through Mossvale, reaching speeds of up to 200 kilometres an hour. The man was allegedly clocked at 160 kilometres an hour in a 60 zone just before 4:30 yesterday on the Illawarra highway near Mossvale. Police chased the white Holden Commodore, but the driver refused to stop. Police continued to follow him into the town of Mossvale before calling it off when it became unsafe. Officers later found the car abandoned in Exeter and spoke to witnesses who led them to the driver. He was later arrested and charged in Goulburn. The Transport Workers Union is concerned lives are at risk because of the impossible demands being placed on truck drivers. The union is calling on companies to ensure the safety of drivers.
About 330 people are killed in truck-related accidents each year across Australia. The Transport Workers Union says too many drivers are given unrealistic deadlines.
No driver ever wants to get into a vehicle that's unsafe or overweight, but unfortunately, due to the unrealistic and unsafe demands placed on them, they too often take risks that unfortunately cost lives.
The number of truck-related deaths could be cut if pressure on drivers to miss brakes, speed and carry overweight loads is reduced. That pressure is felt most at Christmas.
We'd like all businesses to ensure that safety is paramount and that people can share the roads safely over this Christmas period with truckies.
Trucking firm Ablets Transport has a strategy to ensure its drivers aren't overworked.
We'll just say, nah, the driver can't do it. so they have to set another schedule.
Ray Ablett says companies must pay attention to fatigue and time pressures on drivers.
Really heavy fines for the driver and the owner. So it's in both of our interests to make sure they're not put under pressure.
Matthew Sadler, Win News.
A 55-year-old Bowral man has spent Christmas night in hospital after a car and motorcycle collided in Bowral overnight. The 55-year-old entered a roundabout on Bowral Street and Mossvale Road at around 8 o'clock. It's alleged a red Toyota Yaris also entered the roundabout from the west before the pair collided. The motorcyclist was taken to Liverpool Hospital in a stable condition with a broken hip and ribs. Police are still investigating. Lifesavers are urging locals and visitors to the city to be safe while at the beach these holidays. In the last year, 30 people have drowned at New South Wales beaches, and lifeguards are determined to reduce that number moving into the new year.
The holiday season in Australia is all about having fun in the sun. But for lifeguards, it's time to be on red alert for the influx of holiday goers visiting the beach. Lifesavers are asking people to be aware of the conditions, always follow the warning signs, listen to lifeguards when instructed, and most importantly, stay between the red and yellow flags.
Over the holiday period, we're just reminding the public just to always swim at patrol beaches and between the red and yellow flags. Basically, there's no flags up, there's no swim. We can't see you, we can't rescue you.
Volunteer lifesavers will be running extended patrols on New Year's Day and Australia Day. They are reminding people the beach is an alcohol-free zone.
So if you are thinking about having an alcohol beverage, you won't be allowed to do that at the beach. Alcohol and swimming do not mix.
If you do find yourself in trouble, lifesavers say it's important to stay calm and simply raise your hand in the air and wait for a lifesaver to come and rescue you.
The lifeguards are very vigilant in making sure we're providing education to beach patrons. You will see lifeguards were pulling people out of the water and advising them why they can't go in the water.
The beaches will be patrolled every day throughout the holiday season, including public holidays. If you are unsure about going in the water, always ask a patrolling lifesaver before going in. Miley Hogan, Win News.
The New South Wales state government is looking to beef up laws to biosecurity. The laws, which are expected to go through Parliament early next year, will help protect farmers and their stock.
The New South Wales government are cracking down on those trespassing on farms. New measures to help prevent the spread of disease, which can only have deadly results.
Just last year, we had to destroy 500,000 layer hens outside of young due to avian influenza, a disease that spreads incredibly quickly. So if people are coming in from outside the farming environment, they might have been on another property, they might have shoes infected, they might have hands infected.
New laws being proposed by the New South Wales government would put in harsher penalties and new guidelines for those who trespass on farms. The minister says a disease outbreak in a farm could devastate the industry.
We don't want to risk any of those things coming into our intensive livestock areas, particularly here in the Central West, where we do have a significant number of intensive farming industries.
The proposed laws have received criticism from the New South Wales Greens. However, Ms Hodgkinson says people shouldn't take the law into their own hands.
We've got animal welfare regulations already properly in place. There is the protection of cruelty to animals legislation. The RSPCA has got a very firm hand when it comes to animal cruelty. So if you suspect animal cruelty, just report it into the RSPCA or the police.
Courtney Howe, Win News.
About 25,000 greyhounds are born in Australia each year, and less than half of those will make successful racing dogs. Those who don't make it are likely to be put down, and those who do make it often meet the same fate at the end of their career. But a greyhound support group is trying to change that.
Bright-eyed, but not so bushy-tailed. Sid and Max are just two of many greyhounds who have been saved and rehomed through rescue programs. Local volunteer Justin Mayfield says greyhound programs reduce the disposal of old racing dogs.
What we do is we take greyhounds that are no longer viable for racing, or they might have injuries and things that preclude them from racing, and we're bringing them into a program.
Once rescued, the dogs spend time adjusting to normal life in a foster home before making their way to a new loving family. Foster carers play a crucial role in the rehoming of rescued dogs. However, greyhound rescuers are experiencing an extreme shortage of foster carers, which means more dogs like these won't ever find their forever home.
There is a shortage of foster carers. Obviously, that's driven by the fact there's no shortage of greyhounds that are obviously looking for homes.
Foster families help the newly rescued dogs learn about life away from the track.
A dog that's been through fostering has a much higher chance of being a successful pet, and it gives you a chance as a foster carer to work out their problems if they have any, what sort of family they'd be most suited for, whether they're cat friendly, whether they're going to react to other dogs.
There are many misconceptions about the temperament of the ex-racing dogs.
They're the type of dog that will spend many hours a day just lying around in case it needs to get up and run somewhere, which generally they don't, so they could spend 20 hours lying down.
If you're looking for a new family member, contact your local rescue association. Alkira Ryan-Frank, Win News.
Sport is next, and Amy, the Hawks are desperate for a win.
Yes, they are, Karen. They've only won 3 and go up against a red-hot Cairns tomorrow night. Plus, mountain bike rider Josh Carlson talks about coming back from that crash. In sport, the Hawks will have to pull out all stops if they're to record their 4th win of the season at the Wynn Entertainment Centre tomorrow night. The Hawks take on second-placed Cairns Taipans, which are proving their title heavyweights.
There wasn't a Christmas ham in sight as the Hawks got back to the business of kick-starting a season to forget. Tomorrow night they take on Cairns, fresh after their thrashing of league leaders the New Zealand Breakers by 24 points.
The challenge is a challenge every week. We got to try and be better, this week than we were last. So we obviously had some practice goals that we put in place that were hopefully helping us to get better and also to get us ready to go and play Cairns.
Cairns has won both encounters with the Hawks this season. In their last game at the WEC, the Taipans sunk the Hawks by 2.
We go into every game thinking we're going to win and that we can win. We've got a team that can win. We've got a coaching staff that prepare us very well, and that's the big thing with today is preparation, training, and making sure that we come with a system.
That system will need to include shutting down former Hawk Cameron Trigger-Trigard, who starred for the Hawks this year.
They've got guys that can get to the rack, they've got guys that get out and transition, they've got bigs that do well against us in the past, and they've got, Wilbekin and Cam Glidden that looks to penetrate and shoot well from the perimeter.
The Hawks will also be without Tyson Demos, who suffered a deep gash to his buttock while surfing last weekend.
Hey, what do you think of Tyson Demos' injury?
Well, I think the least said the better. Obviously I think it'd be good if you guys could get a close-up of it. I think that would be good television.
If you're looking for a holiday outing, tomorrow night, kids get in free. Tip-off is at 7:30. Rob Morrison, Win News.
Lake Illawarra is hoping to take a step closer to ending a decade-long hoodoo when it takes on Coffs Harbour in the quarterfinals of the SCG Country Cup on Sunday. The Lakers have made it to the final 8 of the competition 6 times and the final 4 3 times, but have never made it to the final and played at the hallowed Sydney Cricket Ground. Fresh after winning the South Coast Premier League title on the weekend, the Lakers are quietly confident this is their year.
We're sort of a little bit overdue to get to the SCG, to be honest. We've had 3 opportunities, we've had a tie. We just really hope that we can put it together for 2 days and get there.
The first ball will be bowled at 10 a.m. at King George V Oval in Port Kembla. The fleet of the 70th Sydney to Hobart is continuing to make its way down the south coast. A blistering start saw American Supermaxi Comanche fly out of the heads first, but late this afternoon, Sid Fisher's Ragamuffin, with its new hull built in Nowra, moved into the lead. Wild Oats 11 and Perpetual Loyal were also sitting in second and third. The mostly Wollongong crew of St Jude sits back in the middle of the field. They fly over rugged terrain at breakneck speed on no more than a few centimetres of rubber, and professional mountain bike rider Josh Carlson knows all too well how easy it is to lose control. A spectacular crash in Chile almost ended his season, but back home now, he says, with the world title in his sights, he won't be making it.